Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. We are raw, we are unedited, and we are mad. So today I wanted to talk a little bit about the Ace family. I am making a cup of tea. I'm gonna be doing some dishes. I'm gonna be off camera a little bit. We're gonna be natural as usual. That's what this channel is. It's just me talking to you without anything fancy. Looking like a real fool. So today I want to talk about the Ace family. I know it's kind of a hot topic, and yeah, maybe I am bandwagoning a little bit, but I have a lot to say. So I'm gonna start by adjusting this camera just a little bit so that while I do my dishes, you guys can enjoy it just as much as I am. Okay. So I don't necessarily have an issue with family vloggers. I think that the concept is great. I don't know how to close this cheese grater. Unlock. Okay, it says unlock, and it's not working. I'm gonna put it in the back. Yeah, I don't necessarily have a problem with family vloggers. I think if your kids are old enough and everybody has some free will, and you as a parent who are vlogging the family understand the difference between right and wrong and what's appropriate, I think go ahead, film it, do your due. But when it comes to the Ace family, especially with this whole lollipop incident that people are talking about, I'm noticing that as it has been in the past, like with Daddy of 5, there's a bit of recklessness that's present in these videos and in the content that I'm viewing. And if I were a parent, I would feel deeply upset by this. I think that a lot of vloggers kind of get it in their head that they have to produce this like Jake Paul, Logan Paul level of content. And in doing so, they're subjecting their kids to stuff that's not necessarily always like child appropriate, you know? I don't know. I'm worried that, and you know, it's very clickbaity, and they're constantly like spending money, which is not a bad thing. If you have money, spend it. I don't care. But it's like that YouTuber. It's like that YouTuber issue, you know? It's that thing where they're constantly doing things for the sake of video content to the point where I'm 100% certain that it affects their real life. And in doing so, I'm sure it affects their children's lives. I think what I'm trying to say is do you guys remember when Team 10 had that Team 10 house and all the neighbors were getting upset and like the address were leaked and there was these kids standing outside? To me, the Ace family feels within the same vein. Like, it's not quite there, but I feel like it could be. Now, with all that being said, of course that's just speculation and opinion. Like, I don't know anything for sure. Like, for all I know, they're just doing everything that they have done in their videos for the sake of the video. It's not something that, you know, maybe it's not something that they carry over to their real lives. Like, you know, maybe their kids do live a normal childhood. But it's hard for me to say, especially after seeing the lollipop video, you know? And there's a lot of things that I have to say about that. First of all, I know that it's not his kid. I know that it's his wife's extremely younger sister. But as a parent, you hold a certain responsibility to children that are, you know, under your care. It's very obvious that at that time, she was under his care. And she's a child, and he's a parent. He should know better. And that's just speaking on behalf of, like, that's just speaking on the fact that he purchased the lollipop for her regardless of the fact that he knew that it wasn't appropriate. You know what I'm saying? Like, he knew. And he still purchased it. And then not only did he purchase it, but he filmed it. I mean, he didn't have to film it. He didn't have to broadcast that to millions of people. And And the fact that he, not even the wife, because I do have words for her, but the fact that he won't address it and apologize for it is ridiculous. You know, I'm a firm believer that if you do something wrong, regardless of however long ago it was, you need to apologize. I mean, you know, I've certainly made mistakes in the past that, you know, deserve an apology, and I have made my apologies. And that's not to say that everybody's accepted them, but I've made my apologies, and I've made, you know, I've made my peace with that. I think that he owes it to the audience who has to witness his poor parenting an explanation, or at the very least, again, an apology. But that's just me, I guess. And on the topic of the wife, I don't know if she was there, if she was present or not. I don't know if she knew what had happened. I think that she knows what her husband has priorities over, which is obviously content is what he has priorities over. And I feel like in allowing him to be around her younger sister, she acknowledged the fact that that child would be, I guess, would be there to make content. Do you know what I mean? Are you hearing what I'm saying? So I think that both of them are acting a bit reckless for parents. And I think they need a bit of a reality check. I think they need to step back and kind of look at the content that they're making and the things that they're doing and the things that they're subjecting their children to, and kind of think about that. Because again, you know, I know that their content isn't quite on level of like Daddy of Five or the Paul Brothers or any of that, but it feels like this is within that same genre. Do you know what I mean? Like, and that raises some red flags for me. So with all that being said, I want to jump to this whole basketball thing. I want to talk about that. And I just have some personal issues with that. So really quick, let's jump the question over to you guys. What do you think of the Ace family so far? What are your opinions on their content and who they make content for? Do you think that they're bad parents? Or do you think it's simply for the clout and nothing else? Do you think that the content that they make, it carries on over to their real life? Or do you think that it's a completely separate entity? Let me know. What's your opinion? What are you thinking about? I'd love to hear it. So, the basketball contest incident. I'm pissed. Like, as someone who is currently living in a position where I have less money than these YouTubers, I feel as though, opening up a competition to your audience, you know what I mean, and then offering $100,000, I think it was, is an opportunity a lot of them aren't gonna want to miss. That's something that, for me, if I was, say, offered a chance to do that, I know I'm not good at basketball, but I would take it. Like, I would grab that opportunity by the balls. But it was fairly obvious, like, because there were some things that he said in the video, like, he was like, tag some YouTubers you think would be good at it, or like, put some of that money that I give you towards charity. There were some things that he said that hinted to me that this wasn't exactly, like, the best. Hang on, I'm getting my special tea. I'm thinking honey vanilla chamomile, not sponsored. Yeah. No, there were some things that he said that hinted to me that this wasn't exactly going to pan out the way that we all thought it would. But I saw some comments, like, Like there was one that I think it was on T-Spill's channel. There was a comment from this like kid. He said he was 15 and he wanted this opportunity and he plays for his high school and he was like, please, 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 just like, please, you know, I'd be so grateful. And then the list came out. Look, I'm not gonna look. I'm mad because you can't, someone who with an audience, you can't open up something like that to your audience and then like throw it in the garbage in front of their faces. Like that's not okay. I would have, if I were like a fan of theirs and I saw this post, this video talking about this basketball contest and like, oh, you can enter to win $100,000, like you can pay off your debts, like you can feel comfortable, you can pay off that car that you've wanted to pay off as like a young teenager who can't afford food, like you can pay your own car insurance for a while and take some weight off your mama's shoulders, like you can, I don't know, buy yourself that new pair of shoes that you need because you can't walk to school in your current ones. Or like, you know, if you're a mom and you're watching this and your kid's really good at basketball and you're like, we can pay our rent, we can buy some food, like we can pay our bills, like we can have that necessities. Like as a regular everyday person who may or may not be a fan of the Ace family, who is presented with this opportunity, who's leaving these comments like just hoping for a chance, it's like essentially entering the lottery, and then seeing this roster come out with all of these creators that already have $100,000, like that's just chump change to them. Like seeing all that, I would have been heartbroken. I would have lost complete faith in them as creators. And not only that, like to the creators that were very obviously like invited, like this, there's no way that these people like entered this competition because these people aren't gonna care. They were very obviously like invited to come do this and come like, you know, do something. Like this video was very obviously just for Ace Family clout, like, oh, this is a guy that you like and like this is a creator that you like and King Batch is here, everybody likes King Batch, why don't you just come watch him play some basketball for me? And then to invite a professional basketball player onto the court who I'm sure also has that $100,000 in his pocket while he's shooting those three-pointers, like that is some two-faced shit. Like that is some bullshit. And I mean, I wouldn't have appreciated that. Sorry. Hang on.
Hello, Papa. Come here, baby. Oh. What's a good boy to do, huh?
So, I don't know. I'm mad. This is Rolo. He's a ham. I guess what I'm just trying to say is, you know, looking at all of the stuff that's on the table and the information that we all know, and just kind of, I don't know, just kind of what we've seen from just, I think his name is Austin, is the father in the Ace family. Just from him, I'm not impressed, y'all. Like I'm not impressed. And I think it's unfortunate. Where's your toenail? Where's your toenail? There's your toenail. And I think it's unfortunate, and I just don't think it's right. I don't think that they're not acting like normal people. They have normal people watching their videos. They claim to do stuff for them all the time, and yet here we are, you know, watching them open up competitions that's supposedly for the fans, and it's not. It's not. So I guess this is where I open it up to you guys again. What do you think? What are your opinions on these family vloggers? Do you think that it's a toxic environment? Do you think that you know, the Ace family is just one example, because I do. Do you think that these families should be making videos? I don't. Yeah, I guess I just open it up to you guys. So give me a half second. I'm gonna grab something from the freezer. Don't ask questions. Yeah. So I don't know. I think it's high time we start holding these people accountable for their actions. I know that we think we do. I know that we, as audience members, try to recognize when they're doing something wrong. But I think that there's something about these YouTubers, and you know who I'm talking about, like just this particular vein of like clickbaity, super extravagant, like buying nice cars because they got so much money type YouTubers. There's something about them that's just like, they just don't behave like normal people, at least online, and they tend to do things for the views, like for the content, that affect everything else around them, and it really doesn't always paint them in a good light. Again, this is all just my opinion. It's mostly speculation. But yeah, I guess just let me know what you guys think. Again, oh my gosh, it's so frozen. Ah! Again, this has just been like me, raw, unedited, looking like a fool, as per usual, talking to you guys. So, yeah, I'm gonna pass it off to you, but thank you so much for watching, and if you guys have any suggestions for other content review videos, let me know. Yeah, alright, thanks a million.